Alright, here's a little something about making colloidal silver. I intentionally left this going 3 days. The only thing I did is switch the negative and positive around. Now, if you can see in there, down in the bottom, this is an excessive amount of silver. Of course, I like to keep that stuff down there, because after I drain the colloidal stuff, the stuff with the real fine particulate off the top, now I got to let that sit. I will even clean my electrodes off in the water. And I want the heavier stuff to sit at the bottom, because I'll pour that off separately. And that makes a very thick, matter of fact, I want to show you something right here. Let me see if I can do this on camera. I'll clean the sides off here. And I want that heavier, thicker silver or dense silver at the bottom to create like a really slurry. It's almost a slurry. And that's something you can drip on a Band-Aid or something like that. And it will actually, when you cover a wound with it, you can take that, or you can evaporate it even more and mix it with your petroleum jelly, or mix it with your antibiotic ointment and supercharge it. But here's something I want to show you. You see, I'll get it at an angle. You can see all that silver suspended in there. Now here's a ppm meter. I'm going to put that ppm meter in there. And what does it say? Well, let me slosh it around. 15 parts per million. Right? Now let me show you some of the crap you see on the internet. Look at this. 1 dropful, 10 parts per million. 2 dropfuls, 20 parts per million. Let me tell you something about parts per million, folks. This is why these internet companies, they spend great gobs of money. And I researched this particular brand, contacted them. They said, oh, we go to an independent laboratory. And you know what? I said, well, where's the lab results? And they come up with this excuse. Well, we can't put all those lab results online. It would be too much. Take too much time. But yet they spend all this time putting all this stuff up here. Let's see. Product quality. Y'all got a good screenshot of that? Let's switch to product quality here. See this nonsense? Look at the color of that. I hope the color's coming through. I want you to see the color. Now, in the bottom of this thing is pure organic silver. What color is that? What color is that? What color is that? Something ain't right here. This is what this is the device I use to make my silver with right here. And it makes about a ½ gallon at a time. I'm about to build one. I just got 2 bars here of 10 troy ounces of fine silver that I'm going to build another one that makes a gallon at a time. Now this thing right here should last a lifetime. So I'll have capabilities of making at least a gallon and a half a day. Well, actually, at the rate that these people online sell it, I could probably make 3 or 4 gallons a day. Because they're putting some kind of food coloring in there or something like that, because silver is not its natural color. I mean, in fact, that one on the far end isn't even translucent. Now, I use the stuff, as you can see here, the color is a little bit off, but you can still see through it. It's translucent. I don't know what the heck they're putting in their stuff here, but it's not silver. I'll tell you a good test for your silver if you're buying it online. Go into your bathroom and clean your mirror. Make it really spotless. Just make it spotlessly clean mirror. Then spray your mirror with your colloidal silver and let it dry. you should be able to see a sheen on your mirror that looks similar to that right there. You know, so if you're getting some other color than that, you got some other additive into it. I've seen some of them, they probably just add some table salt or something to it to bring their ppm up, because as you've seen with the ppm meter, it doesn't work on silver, because silver is the most conductive stuff known to man. So that messes up the ppm meters that you buy from Amazon. Alright, so anyway, if anybody wants me to build them one of these, I use a 24 volt power supply. You know what? Compared to everybody else's prices, with one of my silver generators, you're going to get 20 ounces of pure silver, 24 volt power supply, and I'll build that one out of glass. You get a glass container and everything for about 850 bucks. If you can build one yourself, you can build it cheaper. But if you want me to do it, it's 850 bucks. So, yeah, you're going to get real silver. And the one that uses the little tiny wires, they're selling those for 200 bucks. Look what you're getting. You're getting two of these bars. Of course, I'll drill the ends of them, where we will turn these bars into electrode. It may not be that brand, but it'll be 999 silver. So, yeah. If you want, you can build your own, or if you want me to build it, yeah, I'm going to make a profit. So, there it is. I want y'all to look at this nonsense. And, oh, these people here, I asked them for their, what do you call it, their test results, and I found nothing. Absolutely. And here's, oh, this is beautiful. Ionic versus atomic. You know what? Silver's atomic number doesn't change. Ionic is just the what they call the process of electrolysis. The 3T. Look at all this. They went through all this trouble to put this crap up here, and yet they cannot put their actual laboratory test results on it. This is why the only way you're going to get true, trustable colloidal silver is to make it yourself, folks. Now, I don't care whether you build your own, or if you want me to build it, or you want to order one from somebody else. Just make sure those wires you buy from somebody else are pure silver. That's another thing. I don't know of any way you can make sure except sending your stuff to a lab, which is going to charge you a couple of $100 more bucks to find out. Or you can go to a mint, a reputable mint like JM Bullion, and buy your own bars. You don't have to get a 10. You can get a 5 ounce, a couple of 5 ounce bars. And if you only want to make like 16 ounces at a time, you can get a couple of 1 ounce bars. But you're not, you know, you got to hook it up, and basically it's best to use glass, but my stuff is external use anyway. So yeah, this here, folks, is what it looks like. This is how much silver I use at a time. When I'm spraying the inside, after I wash the dog houses and spray the insides, and then I soak the bedding with the silver and let it naturally air dry. That way those little silver particles are all in the dog's bedding, and it keeps bacteria and viruses. Yes, even that Chinese toilet paper flu will not survive this environment. So there's my little thing on colloidal silver. Make your own or have me make it. I don't really care. But it works really good externally. You cannot beat it for putting it in your fabrics. It works excellent on fabrics, or even wood. You know, in your cabinets, you can spray this silver on your cabinets and let it dry, and it will. Some of it will soak into the wood, and it will keep bacteria and mold and all that stuff from growing there. So you can think of all kinds of stuff. You know, you buy a brand new sofa or something, you take this stuff right here. Of course, a sofa would take probably a quart. You know, you spray that on there real fine and get it good and wet, and then have a fan blow on it, you know, and in about 4 or 5 hours, the water will evaporate and the silver will be left behind, impregnated into the fabric. I've been using it on my bed sheets and stuff like that. It works wonderfully. You know, since the virus thing came up, I said, well, I'm going to take the dog stuff and use it on the bed sheets. You know what? If a church wanted to get a printing company to maybe manufacture paper, you know, use the silver solution for their final wash of the paper before printing. The Bibles and the church hymnals and everything would be impregnated, and therefore, you know, it would not. The viruses and bacteria would not survive on that paper that this stuff was impregnated into. So there's a bunch of uses for silver. You can even spray it on your return air filters for your home air conditioning unit. It may not kill every virus in the air, but any dirt and stuff that lands on the air filters sure won't be growing or reproducing. So there's just some more stuff about the silver, and how many there's a dozen websites just like this. Let's see. Here's another one. 200 ppm. You know what? That stuff would be that color right there. And there's just dozens of them. I mean, let me go back here onto my search. Look at all this antimicrobial. And look at the prices. Look at the prices. GNC, 30 ppm, $25.99. There's a little eyedropper, $7.99. Sovereign, $22. Look, folks, the only way you can do this, what I'm doing, is to make it yourself. And the only way to make it yourself and know exactly what you're doing is to get 999 pure bullion. Pure bullion. Crank your voltage up to get a 24 volt DC. Crank your voltage up. That'll make it do faster. This was done like I left it intentionally 3 days just to show you what would be in there on a parts per million after 3 days. And it looks like that. And your ppm meter, let me watch it go up. Boop. Oh, now it's only showing, oh, there it goes. It's up to 16, but 15, 16 after 3 days and that much gunk in there, ppm meters don't mean squat with silver, because it uses electrical conductivity and silver throws it all off. The way a lot of these people are getting theirs to go up to 200 is to add other things to it. You know, there's other things in there besides just silver. Like say, if you want to test out your silver, take your spray bottle, clean your bathroom mirror off just spotless, and then spray some of this on there. Let it dry off and look at the residue.